Picture Europe at the turn of the 20th century, a world buzzing with scientific breakthroughs, psychological discoveries, and philosophical upheavals. The Industrial Revolution had transformed societies. Freud was uncovering the unconscious mind, and physics was unraveling the fabric of reality with relativity and quantum mechanics. Amid this whirlwind, Edmundo Husserl, born in 1899 in Moravia, emerged as a mathematician turned philosopher who sought to ground all knowledge in the rigorous study of consciousness itself. Influenced by his teacher Brentano's ideas on intentionality, the directness of mental acts, Husserl founded phenomenology, a method to describe the structures of experience as they appear to us, free from assumptions about the external world. Husserl's life reflected this quest for clarity. As a professor in Göttingen and Freiburg, he faced anti-Semitic barriers in academia, yet produced seminal works like Logical Investigations and Ideas Pertaining to a Pure Phenomenology. His phenomenology was a return to the things themselves, stripping away biases to reveal the essence of phenomena. In a time when positivism reduced everything to empirical facts and idealism dissolved reality into mind, Husserl bridged the gap by focusing on how consciousness constitutes the world. External references like Dermot Moran's Introduction to Phenomenology highlight how Husserl's epoche, a suspension of judgment about external existence, allowed a fresh look at intentional structures, influencing thinkers from Heidegger to Sartre. From an inner ontology perspective, Husserl's era embodies a shift toward inward coherence amid outward scientific fragmentation. His method parallels IOI's pre-categorical state, where phenomena are examined in balanced superposition before entanglement with external assumptions. This inward turn echoes Korean 실학의 practical emphasis on empirical observation and moral reform, as seen in 다산 정약용's focus on real-world application of abstract speculation, both seeking grounded truth in lived experience. At the heart of his phenomenology is intentionality, the foundational idea that consciousness is never empty or neutral. It's always intentional, meaning it's directed toward something, an object, a thought, or even an imaginary entity. Unlike a blank state passively receiving impressions, the mind actively constitutes the meaning. When you perceive a tree, it's not just raw sensory data flooding in. Your consciousness intends it as a unified tree with properties like height, color, and significance. For example, consider listening to a melody. It's not a random sequence of isolated notes. Through intentionality, you experience it as a coherent whole, where past notes are retained in memory, retention, and future ones are anticipated, potential. This temporal synthesis demonstrates how consciousness weaves flux into meaningful structures, blending the noetic, the act of perceiving, and the noematic, the content perceived aspects. Intentionality operates on multiple layers. The noematic structure is key. The noesis refers to the mental process itself, like the act of judging or imagining, while the noema is the ideal sense or meaning of the object as intended, independent of whether it exists in reality. For instance, thinking about a unicorn involves the same intentional directedness as thinking about a real horse. The noema captures the unicorn as imagined. This avoids reducing experiences to psychology by emphasizing ideal essences, universal meaning that transcend individual minds. Truth for Husserl emerges when an intention is fulfilled intuitively, like seeing the tree matches your mental anticipation, yielding evidence as a lived unity between meaning and presence. But to uncover these structures, Husserl introduced the epoche, or phenomenological reduction, a methodical bracketing or suspension of the natural attitude, our everyday naive belief in the independent existence of the world. It's not about doubting reality like Descartes' skepticism. Instead, you set aside questions of is it real to focus purely on how phenomena appear in consciousness. Imagine watching a movie. Epoche is like pausing to analyze the frames without worrying if the story is true. You describe the colors, shapes, and meanings as given. This reveals eidetic essences through variation by imaginatively altering examples. For example, different trees. You intuit invariant like treeness or spatiality, distinguishing necessary features from accidental ones. Eidetic reduction thus extracts universal structures, making phenomenology as a priori science of essences. Epoche has tensions though. It risks solipsism, seeming to isolate consciousness in a bubble. Husserl resolves this through intersubjectivity. We experience others not as mere bodies, but as co-conscious beings, via empathy, where their intentional acts are analogically apprehended. For example, seeing someone's joyful expression, you live through their joy without merging minds, constituting a shared world. This interweaving ensures objectivity as intersubjective validity. Truth is valid for all rational beings. Later in his career, especially in the crisis of European sciences, Husserl expanded to the life world, the pre-theoretical, everyday horizon of lived experience that grounds all knowledge, including science. Amid the rise of Nazism and scientism's alienation, Husserl critiqued how modern science, starting with Galileo's mathematization, abstracts from this intuitive world, treating it as secondary to quantifiable models. The life world is our material ground. In a crowded market, it's the seamless flow of interactions, cultural meanings, and bodily engagement, not measured data points. Pollution, for instance, disrupts not just ecosystems, but the lived meanings of spaces, anticipating environmental phenomenology. The life world is historically sedimented, with traditions and norms shaping perception, yet universal in structures like temporality and embodiment. These concepts interrelate dynamically. Intentionality animates the life world, directing acts within its horizons. Epoche brackets the natural attitude to reveal how the life world is constituted intentionally, and intersubjectivity ensures it's a shared communal realm. Tensions arise in Husserl's transcendental idealism. Does it lead to the world to consciousness? He resolves this by affirming the life world's reality as correlated with subjectivity, not created by it. Eastern scholarship like Dan Jahabi's Husserl's phenomenology underscores how this counters scientism, restoring subjectivity while aligning with embodied cognition. Ultimately, Husserl's holism paints consciousness as an open horizon, structured yet dynamic, where meaning emerges from intentional acts embedded in the life world's communal fabric. Inner ontology starts with inner instincts, IOIs, primordial existence in superposition, balancing inward coherence and outward differentiation. Like a quantum state pre-measurement, IOIs hold potential. Through inner entanglement, interactions create asymmetries, forming patterns, inward for stability, outward for diversity. Balance as layers, directional gauges where positive inward builds integrity, positive outward fosters connection. Consciousness emerges recursively, self-entangling loops distinguishing soft emergence. Patterns like societies from hard one, self-referential awareness. IO's scale invariance unifies quanta to cosmos. Experience as participatory rhythm, echoing process philosophy but grounded in pre-experiential monism. Husserl's intentionality aligns deeply with IO's IOE. Both are relational fields where meaning emerges through directedness. Intentionality's noetic structure mirrors IOI's indistinct superposition. A pre-object field pulsing essence via action, like how a possession chain entangles subject and object without fixed boundaries. Epoche parallels inward coherence, bracketing external assumptions modulates balance inward, stabilizing pure phenomena much like IOI's symmetry before differentiation. For instance, Husserl's melody synthesis reflects balance, inward retention, coherence of past, contradicting yet affirming outward protection, future anticipation, yielding emergent unity. Husserl's life world echoes IO's participatory ontology, consciousness as a recursive entanglement, not isolated but rhythmic with the world. Critics of Husserl, like solipsism, are addressed by IO's primitives. Intentionality gains directional rigor through IOIs, grounding subjectivity in shared entanglements. This extends to quantum analogies, wave class as epochal resolving phenomena. Linking to Schirach, Husserl's practical return to lived experience resonates with Dasein emphasis on empirical reform over abstraction. Both prioritize grounded related knowledge. Schirach's compassionate action as outward modulation of inward moral coherence akin to phenomenology's life world, fostering ethical engagement. IO enhances Husserl by providing a minimum ontology for his intuitions, intentionality as IOI field, epoche as balance-guided inertness, life world as entangled rhythm. Husserl's reductions infuse IO with methodological depth, bracketing as modulating inward flows for pure emergence. Conversely, Husserl adds experiential rigor to IO. Its essence is in-niche directional monism, portraying existence as self-constituting phenomena. Together, they bridge phenomenology and generative ontology, with Schirach adding practical ethics, reform as participatory entanglement, aligning inward insight with outward harmony. This synthesis impacts ethics. Husserl's intersubjectivity as balance modulation fosters relational care. For example, empathy balancing inward reflection with outward action, echoing Schirach's social reforms. In science, life world meets IO's fields, quantum observation as epoche, offering models for entanglement in biology. For consciousness, intentional structures anticipate emergent minds, testable in AI via recursive networks. External references like Merleau-Ponty's phenomenology of possession extend Husserl to embodied experience, aligning with IO's rhythms. Synthesizing Husserl and inner ontology reveals existence as phenomenological rhythm, intentionality as IOI field, epoche as inward coherence, life world as entangled becoming. Husserl awakens us to conscious structures. IO provides directional primitives, elevating phenomenology to universal framework.